Okay, so we have about 20 minutes. So let's start with a Dprofile. So hello everyone, and today we're going to talk about Dprofile, decentralized profiles on Handshake. Let's just get rid of this thing. We'll do about 15, 20, almost 20-minute presentation, and then please, if you have any questions, submit them in the Q&A part. We'll try to answer those towards the end. So Dprofile. So everyone in the Handshake community, we know Andre. He tweeted or posted early this year about building this new project called Dprofile. And it's a link aggregator, as you can see on the page, and you can pretty much put links or addresses to your different wallets, like a Handshake wallet or Bitcoin wallet. And it's a little bit like Linktree, but here's the difference. It's censorship resistant. So that is the key point about Dprofile. Why do we want decentralized profiles? What's really the motivation behind a project like this one? So sure, there is the data aggregation part, which is, we all know the influencers always use Linktree. Basically on one link, you want to be able to aggregate a lot of content. I think that is very useful to showcase your portfolio, to showcase who you are, what kind of content you provide. So there is a data aggregation part for sure, but this project is really about ownership of your decentralized profile. So unlike Linktree applications, your profile exists on the Handshake network and is giving you complete ownership of your digital identity. It is, of course, censorship resistant, unlike Linktree, which is a company that can come and just censor you or remove your profile for any kind of privacy reasons that they think it's valid or not. They can take you down. However, with Dprofile, is really, since it's based on Handshake, they cannot really do that. You're able to put your content in a censorship-free way. There is also no central authority, so no company like Linktree or any other company like Linktree can just come in and just take you down by, of course, changing in terms of services or for whatever reason they think is valid to take you down. So this is one of the reasons why a project like Dprofile or decentralized profiles are important in Handshake, of course, and in the Web3 community. What are some of the advantages of decentralized profiles? Custom TLD domains. So instead of using your username, Linktree like application.com, you have your TLD.dprofile through Handshake's naming system. And in this presentation later on, I'm going to show you how to set up your own Dprofile. So it's going to be a very hands-on presentation. It's also about persistent availability. So your links on the decentralized profile will be accessible as long as the Handshake network exists, or as long as the profile service, of course, is in operation. But there's a single company or entity behind these that it will just take down your link. More advantages, of course, unlike Linktree or Linktree-like applications, Dprofile allows you to connect or list your Handshake wallet, your Bitcoin wallet, Ethereum, and Monero addresses. And there's also the data privacy part, which is there's no single entity that is collecting behavior or data about what kind of clicks you're doing or what are you seeing. What's missing behind services like Linktree or data aggregation link applications is there's still the data analytics component missing. So while you can put a list of links and have all that available to a user, there is no way for the actual owner of the profile to have data on how many people click on a specific link. So there's no real insight or understanding on the data behind like user behavior or data on how many clicks or leads your profile got. So maybe that's something that could be interesting to explore in the future. So what about Dprofile? So Dprofile is a project on Handshake. We have the Handshake resolver address right there. So it's dprofile.hns.2. And if you go to prefix HTML, you will see a list of supported records like how to add a link, how to add your wallet address, how to add social media accounts. I will show you in the next couple of slides how to do that. It's also important to mention that Dprofile is open source, so you have the source code right there. It is possible, since it's run by the community, like you could fork, add anything that you think it's useful, and then just create a pull request, and hopefully that gets adopted into the project. So it is a project owned by the community and run by the community as well. So let's walk you through how to set up your own Dprofile. So it's fairly simple. You could do it on Namebase, you could do it on ShakeStation, Bob Wallet. My understanding, it also works on HNSID, also works on ICANN. And the idea is just that you need to change or edit the named server's records, not exactly the blockchain records, on the TLD that you want. You will add a text record. On the name, you add the @ and then on the value or data, you will add exactly what you're trying to link. If it's a link or a profile or a social media, it will have its specific way of doing that. And then the DTL. Once you save it, you have to wait for the records to update and propagate through the network, and that kind of takes a couple of hours. So if you save it and then you go and you check your profile and it's still not working, it's okay. It takes a little bit until we can see it. And once that happens, we have your Dprofile available at your tld.dprofile/ or if you're using the Handshake resolver at hns.2. Some important notes I got from Andre about Dprofile. The first one is Dprofile works with Bob Wallet, TLD second level domains, which is very interesting. You can use ShakeStation, you can use borrow domains, ICANN domains. It works really with any platform. So there is this concept of being an interoperable project. So it works across Web 2 and Handshake, which is a great thing. And then the simplicity of the project lies on the ability to just add a TX record to the domain. So that's what makes it very simple to do. For the case of Web Wallet, it's important that your TLD should have only text records. So if you have other records such as name servers, glue, or other things, then your Dprofile might not work correctly. So for people that are interested in setting the Dprofile on Bob Wallet, just make sure that you only have TXT records. We'll show you an example in the coming slides for Bob Wallet. When you set up your chain records, you will need to wait a couple of hours until the chain updates, of course. In the case of Bob Wallet, it's a little bit longer, so it's 4 to 6 hours for Namebase, ShakeStation. I think I got it to work under 2 hours or around the 2-hour mark. So it's not necessarily instantly that I saw it, but it's fairly fast compared to Web Wallet. Another important part is TLDs have HTTP support, regardless of the platform you're using, and you also have second-level domains that do not support HTTPS, only HTTP at the moment. So you can have either tld.dprofile on HTTPS, or you can have HTTP, your second-level domain, your tld.dprofile on Handshake. So let's walk you through how I set up my Stronix.dprofile on Namebase. So we're familiar with the Namebase UI here. So you go to your domains, and then there's a domain manager. You click into the domain you want to edit. This is my name. And then you will see your name. And you have to scroll down to the section where you see the Namebase name server DNS records. And basically on this section, you will need to add, as you see on the arrows here, the text records for the Dprofile to do the links. So basically I add a text record with the link to my Web 2 domain. I add a text record for a link to a GitHub profile, my X account, my Handshake, like a Handshake address right there. And then I also am able to set up my profile picture with these records. So just important to mention that they are all text records. And then the value, so the third column is really what links what Dprofile is going to go and aggregate those links based on the values that or the data that it sees on the third column. So if you go to Stronix, the Dprofile, I'm using fingertip resolver here, and then you can see my records here. So I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 records. The profile picture counts as one record. So then you can see profile picture, a link to a website, X account, a GitHub account, and then like a Handshake address. So I also did the same exercise on ShakeStation to see how easy it would be to do on different platforms. ShakeStation here, I'm going to be using a different name, which is Santiago HNS. So you go to ShakeStation and you click Manage Domain. And then you have a page like this one. You have to scroll down again, and then you will see the section of name server records. So on this section again, we'll have 4 records that I updated. It's very simple to do that. And then basically here's my page that I set it up on ShakeStation. So a little bit less links, of course, but I just wanted to show the proof of concept that it works. It's really easy to do it on Namebase, really easy to do it on ShakeStation. So yeah, the profile, it's perfectly up and working. It's also interesting to mention the profile is interoperable with Web2 domains, so it works on ICANN domains as well. Here we have an example of the Nigeria registry. Here you see an ICANN name, so .ng. And they're able also to set up their Dprofile without any problems. So the way you can do it on Handshake is hns.ng.dprofile, or if you use the Handshake resolver, you see the URL below, .hns.2. And it really works perfectly well. So this is really amazing, the combination of the interoperability between Web2 and the Handshake names. I thought I would show you some examples of the community that have the profile set up. First example I want to show you is Nathan. So DSO.dprofile. You can customize your background, then you can have social media accounts, addresses at the bottom. You can see Nathan added Bitcoin, Handshake, Ethereum, Monero, email address, X account, GitHub, link, Telegram, anything you want. So one good example is Nathan. Another example I wanted to show is HNS Broker. Also share a bunch of links here. In the case of HNS Broker, I'm using the Handshake resolver just to show for people who don't have the resolver installed on their machines that you can still access the Dprofile on any browser, pretty much. A third example, this is from Andre as well, but this is set up on Bob Wallet. Is I'm not sure how to pronounce this. If it's like Chinese, Xi, I'm not sure. I apologize. So XII.dprofile. And then Andre is using Bob Wallet as well for this example. And just some links to show that any platform is really compatible with the Dprofile. An important thing I also want to mention is you can also do profile searches. If you go to Dprofile / you will encounter this search engine pretty much where you can type in some username. In this case, I'm typing my username Stronix, and then it's going to directly search and redirect to my profile. So interesting to point out, it does not change the URL, it just renders the profile directly on the page. So it also has the search component or profile search component per se also built in the project. Some documentation that I want to show is the link of where you can find how to link social media or how to link a specific profile. There is this page, the first link right there is the Dprofile and then .hns2/prefix. I'll quickly show that right here. So it looks like this page. So you're seeing again the fingertip resolver here. Here again, it walks you through how to set up in the case of the name-based platform, how to do it. And then you have the information of the prefixes, so what is actually allowed to put in the links. It's divided by information, social, So social links, communication like Telegram, WhatsApp. You can also change the background image, the layout, put your wallet address. So here's the documentation of how to do it. And then it basically, you can actually just copy, and then it would just say, this is how to put it in the value column of the name server record. And let's say if you wanted to link a specific website, you, instead of example.com, would be whatever web2 domain you have, .com or .org, whatever, and then the link to your image if you wanted to set up a profile picture. So that's how it knows how to render that. Here is an example of Stronix Dprofile, so that is on Namebase. This one is ShakeStation, and this is the search engine. So if I put which is broken, then we render that in real time. So it's actually pretty cool. We have also the link to the open source code, so you're welcome to do a fork or open any issues or any pull requests to improve the code base. And then for other questions, you have Andre's X account as well. You can tag him and ask any questions or feature requests or anything like that. We're going to do a giveaway as well, so we thought that would be an interesting use case or way to incentivize the community to build your own Dprofile. So we are going to choose 9 winners in total. So 8 winners will receive 500 HNS, and 1 winner will receive 1,000 HNS for the most liked Dprofile on X. How to participate is as follows. So there would be a post from the HandyCon account either tonight or tomorrow. We'll see. I need to sync with Anne on when we're writing the post. And then the idea is that you will reply to the post with your Dprofile URL or your username .dprofile. Ideally tag Andre, so get some love for the project. And it's important that you should have at least one link, one custom profile picture. So at least make some effort to put something on your Dprofile. And you're welcome to like other people's Dprofiles. So the one with the most likes will give 1,000 HNS. 8 winners will be chosen at random tomorrow for 500 HNS, and then the most liked one will get 1,000 HNS. And since it takes a couple of hours for the servers to update, we're going to wait until tomorrow to announce the winners via the HandyCon account on the next post. So make sure you get your own Dprofile, please participate. Let's increase Handshake adoption and just please do it. Get your own Dprofile. It doesn't cost anything other than just a couple of minutes of your time. So I'm done with my presentation. Let's see if there are any questions. Any questions from the audience? I'm just in time, so I think I went a little bit fast, but I wanted to be on time. Any questions?
We don't have any that I'm seeing in the Q&A.
So Mix, are you getting your Dprofile?
Of course.
Okay, fantastic. So everyone here should get your own Dprofile. Please get it. Let's use Handshake products. Let's support people who support our projects. So, we have one question: is Dprofile front-end centralized? So the code is running on some server, I guess, to fetch the text records. I don't have any idea on where it's hosted, other than the source code is available. You could ask maybe Andre for specifically know where is the centralized part hosted. But if you go to Dprofile, then you have the search functionality, and that has to be, it's Handshake based. So it's always a centralized component into that. So for now, any other questions that I can quickly answer?
Yes. Can we use our own domain, or do we have to use our own TLD?
You can use your own TLD.
Yeah, right, by updating the TXT records, text records.
So Scott says Dprofile for businesses instead of individuals. Could we put a business on Dprofile? Great idea, Scott. I guess you could do that, or sponsor something. I think it would be an interesting discussion to talk with Andre and just propose that. I think it would be a good idea for businesses as well to have their Dprofile like application.
Okay. Permissionless. All right.
Out of time, Alex. So we're gonna get our next speaker. Sejan, are you there? Can you unmute and turn on your camera so that we can bring you on stage?
Super exciting. Oh.
In the meantime, everyone go get your Dprofile and make sure you see the post from HandyCon X account. Put your Dprofile there, share, and then you might win some HNS. We never know.
While we're killing a little time, Santiago, I'm going to ask this: any emoji Dprofiles out in the wild?
I have not seen any emojis, so please be the first one to do that. Can someone help Sejan unmute? I'm not sure how to do it.
I guess you're trying to write unmute. If you unmute, it should put you on the stage. Maybe picking a different microphone could help. I can see the unmute mic and cam option.
Yeah, just refresh to see if that works. At the beginning, when you enter the page, he asks you for permission, and then if you click don't allow, then that's why probably you don't see the options.
I think he hopped out. He's probably coming back in.
Sure.
We can hear your roommate, Santiago.
Yeah, that's my little roommate. I apologize.
Yeah. Mine's over here somewhere. All right, we're back in.
This event wouldn't be possible without our amazing sponsors. Our bronze sponsors, D-Web Foundation, .x, our community sponsors, Handshake Australia, Namebase, Decentralizers, HNS.market.